On September 12, 2012, the Arizona Memorial was closed for a special ceremony. The family of a recently deceased Pearl Harbor survivor had gathered with other dignitaries for a solemn event that has only taken place a handful of times, and pretty soon will never happen again. The family invited us to document and share their story with the world.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 36th interment.
For 30 years, there has been a provision for military burials at Pearl Harbor. Those who survived the attack can have their ashes spread over the waters here, and hundreds have chosen to do so. But for those who were actually on the battleship Arizona that day and survived, they have the option of rejoining their fallen shipmates by having their ashes interred on the grizzled steel wreck where so many perished more than 70 years ago. Today, Master Chief Glenn Harvey Lane is about to become the 36th man interred that way here.
This was the one that they took at a photography studio in downtown Honolulu, and they said he looked so much like a movie star, they asked if they could put it up on their wall. And I think it stayed there for years and years and years.
It's definitely the Clark Gable.
Yeah.
Trish Anderson is Lane's youngest daughter. She says her father lived a long and rich life full of friends and family. But as he saw his kids grow up, walk them down the aisle at the weddings, enjoy his favorite fishing spots, there was always a keen sense that many of his shipmates never had these opportunities. His bond to the men of the Arizona, both living and dead, remained unbreakable.
My father's dream was to rejoin his shipmates one day, and today's that day. He's ready to go down there and have be at his final resting place with all the shipmates that he lost at Pearl Harbor.
On the dock on the way out to the memorial, Anderson met Captain Larry Scruggs, the commander of the naval base at Pearl Harbor.
We are so honored to be able to do this. This is just incredible for us.
I just can't believe that we can actually do this. It's so wonderful.
Master Chief is coming back home.
Yeah, he is. That's where he wanted to be. Yeah.
Like all tourists to the Arizona Memorial, Trish and her family took a Navy launch out to the sunken battleship. This is an official military event, but it is also a deeply personal one. The flag at the memorial was flying at half-mast, and when the family and friends of Master Chief Glenn Lane disembarked, they were met by a Navy ceremonial guard standing at attention. Lane had served 30 years of active duty, rising to the highest enlisted rank in the Navy. But his thoughts often turned back to these waters and his experience as a young aviation radio man for one of the planes assigned to the Arizona. That's him on the wing with his good friend, the pilot, Ensign Lawrence Williams, who would die in the attack.
It was the middle of the Depression when I got out of high school in 1935, and there was no money.
Lane's family wanted to save his stories for posterity, so they recorded him on video in 1999. It lasted over 2 hours.
At that time, Hitler was making war noises over in Europe.
He covered a life that spanned most of the 20th century. And this is the first time this oral history has ever been shown publicly. On the morning of December 7, 1941, Lane was getting ready to write Christmas cards back home when the Japanese attacked. He rushed to warn his shipmates still sleeping that Sunday morning.
When I told him, get out of your bunks, the Japs are hitting the ships ahead of us, they'll hit us next. He said, Lane, your April Fool jokes are going to get you in real trouble one of these days. I said, it ain't April Fool, buddy. I said, take a look over at Fort Island, you think I'm kidding you. She's on fire.